Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where I expect this to be perhaps the penultimate episode of this series. We're definitely getting close to the end here, no doubt about that. We can tick on forward here. Yeah, we've only got 7 weeks left in our construction queue, so that looks fine. We should definitely bump this railway on up. There we go. Low market access in a few locations. It looks like that's automatically being worked on, though. We should double check that for all of those. Let's see here. Yep. All automatic. Cool. So that's fantastic. We're definitely working our way through this. We may want to consider, at this point, maxing out our resources. It's a possibility. It's a lot of construction. Well, that's for sure. A whole lot of construction. But we could consider that. And we would definitely want to work on a few other things simultaneously, most likely. This would take a while. But the economy of scale would be impressive. And it should construct fairly quickly, I would think. Now, I'm not going to do this for the agriculture. We'll just do this for all of these other locations. There we go. Cool. What could possibly go wrong with this? The answer is a lot. A lot can go wrong here. 223 weeks. Okay, noted. Looks like we can't really expand our construction at this moment. But I think this is fine. No, I think this is fine. So we'll work our way through this construction queue. It'll take some time. This will take pretty close to the end of the game, won't it? It will. Urbanize Argentina has been completed. I don't know how accurate this actually is, though. This might not be super accurate. We'll see. Sometimes this number is questionable, but I'm not sure it is in this case. So we're going to work our way through getting all of that done, and we're going to prioritize other things over it occasionally. But for the time being, this'll do just fine. We've got an input goods shortage of a few things that we can't really work on, but that's fine. So we're going to be keeping an eye on primarily our market access. Winds of change, huh? Oh, okay. Heavily urbanized, 25% loyalists, or urban center building throughput. We're going to take the loyalists. Thanks. Speaking of which, we're at 58, and we can't get higher, that's for sure. Okay, noted. So that seems reasonably fine. We did hit position 7 in the world at this point. Now, our GDP might fall off a little bit here as we start massively overproducing some of this stuff. We'll see. But for the moment, I think it's reasonably fine. This is now saying 213 weeks. That may remain accurate. We'll see. And yeah, our market access appears to be mostly fine. Mostly. So what have we got shortages of right now? Coal is expensive. Well, that's not going to be the case for too much longer. I think that's pretty clear at this point. We're not going to have any problem with coal. And this is looking great financially. In terms of our actual GDP, this might level off a little bit as we work on this. We'll see. But I definitely do want to get that work done. Our market access in Santiago is a little low, but that's going to get fixed here. Small arms are expensive. Not too much we can do about that right now. Telephones are expensive. Yeah, not a lot we can work on there at this exact moment. Okay. I'm looking at how much is coming out of our investment pool right now and thinking we really can't afford to expand our construction too much more. But at the same time, I'd kind of like to. And get this construction time down a little bit. I feel like that would be helpful. Maybe not. I mean, we are going to be constructing a lot of things in parallel, right? A lot of coal mines in particular for right now. And this is definitely, yeah, coal is no longer expensive. Coal is going to get giga cheap. Like, these coal mines are not going to fill up. I'm quite confident in stating that. So checking in on our GDP, it seems to be good for the moment. And these coal mines take a grand total of what? 16 weeks to construct approximately. And we're constructing a full page at a time here. So that doesn't seem too bad at all. And some of these others are, I think, even faster to construct. Like the logging camps. But for the time being, there's a lot there. We have a lot of raw resources that we can capitalize on. Now, this is not necessarily the best idea. I just kind of want to get this project done before the end, if we can. So, I'm actually thinking about expanding our construction sectors. Even though I said that we shouldn't, and I stand by that, I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to bump it up in Buenos Aires by 5. We shouldn't do this, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it'll be okay. Right? Right? Well, we do have a lot of money in our investment pool. And our gold reserves are coming up nicely as well. In fact, right now we are actually completely fine to expand. So that's noted. And this number will start to increase a bit. Yeah, up to 573 there. Realistically, we can probably take Buenos Aires up another 5. And I'm going to do it. This dropped down to 190 weeks. Okay. And it's going to continue to drop here. Now, we are noting that we need a railway over here. That takes priority over our other constructions. So there we go. And looking at this, yeah, we should definitely stop expanding our construction sectors. That's very clear. But for the moment, I'm completely okay with this. Completely and totally. We are going to be running a slight negative balance when we run out of our investment pool, but by the time we get there, it might not be running a negative balance anymore. So this is now down to 180 weeks, now 172. And that's looking pretty good. We just broke 250 million on our GDP. Now, I'm 100% guessing that we're not going to max out our workers in our coal mines at this time. Right? I think we're already going to be firing employees. That's fine. That's fully expected. Completely and fully. Low market access in Los Rios, we knew that. That's going to require possibly even more railways than what we have going on here. We're building a lot there. Yeah, I think we need to queue up a second railway here in Los Rios. We'll go ahead and do that right now. There we go. 157 weeks. That's definitely better. Okay, 136K. We definitely need to chill on the construction of the construction. Perfect. Let's check in on Peru, Bolivia here. Are they at this point willing to change to our customs union? 22 reasons not to. 36 not to get the defensive pact. But we should absolve an obligation with them. So we just bumped them up to friendly. And now they would change to our customs union. Beautiful. Are they actually in it now? I'm not sure that they are. I think they're currently thinking about it. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. So we're now not able to form a defensive pact, but they are essentially our vassal at this point. They have entered our market. That is perfect. We're very happy about that. Yeah, market access in Los Rios is continuing to drop, but we're nearly done constructing our coal mines already. That's beautiful. And this market access will come back up. Are we going to need another railway? Each railway produces how much again? 60 infrastructure. I wanted to look at Los Rios. I think we're fine. I think we're fine with just the 2 levels of railway. So we'll let that proceed. Here we're down to 144 weeks left here. That's great. And the coal mines are nearly completed. So then we're going to be working on iron mines for 3 pages. Cool. Campaign financing, huh? If a party can't afford a campaign, should it be campaigning? A valid question. A valid question. So we've got about 47 weeks before we run out of investment pool, right? And our GDP is really going up still. I expected it to level out a little bit as the coal price came down, but it kind of didn't. Our standard of living has reached 25, number 2 worldwide, only behind Romania of all countries, okay? That's a really high standard of living that Romania's rocking there. Okay, cool. We could think about cutting taxes, but we're not going to. We're definitely not going to. Okay, so we now have chemical fertilizers available. We should go through our rural buildings here and go down to chemical fertilizers. This is going to drive prices up for chemicals, for sure. Well, for fertilizers. So, realistically, is that going to give us an input goods shortage? Well, we'll see. Also, are we going to run out of infrastructure up here? Eventually, probably. But for the moment, it seems okay. Wonderful. So this railway here is going to finish up soon enough. Okay, 6 more weeks on that. So what does that actually do for our chemicals? It's actually not an issue, it looks like, for now anyway. It might become an issue later on. So we've got 134 weeks left for our construction here. Our investment pool has improved in its drawback. That's cool. France wants a defensive pact. We actually declined that. We are way more powerful than France. We don't care about France. France is irrelevant. Like, look at their prestige. No one cares about you, France. You're not even a great power. You're a major power. Get out of here. Who actually is? Oh, number 8 is not considered a great power. Fascinating. By the way, we have passed the East India Company in GDP now, as well as the Free States of America. We are catching up with China. We are almost even with Russia's GDP. We've passed Italy's GDP. That's really, really good. Our GDP is now number 5 worldwide. Okay, we're kind of jockeying a little bit, but that's amazing. I'm really, really happy about that. We are now building some lead mines. We are almost through all of our iron mines. This is going really well. Really, really well. So, of course, those prices are dropping, right? And we know that we're going to need additional railways as we build in these locations, which is fine. Do we need yet another railway in Los Rios? I don't feel like we should. The Free Trade Party just won 70% of the vote. So, obviously, we need to get them into power here. And we'll go ahead and confirm that. Unfortunately, that keeps us at a contested government. That is slightly sad. Peru-Bolivia wants a defensive pact, and that one we accept. France wants an alliance. Get out of here, France. No one wants to be allied with you. Okay. Cool. So, Peru, Bolivia, and Brazil are definitely in our sphere of influence now. I'd like to get the rest of South America. I don't know how realistic that really is. Russia sided with Russia in the diplomatic play against communist Mosquita. Sure. I would expect Russia to side with Russia. Are there 2 Russias? I don't know what's going on with that one. Apparently Russia sided with Russia. Also, Russia owns North Carolina for some reason. Sure. Whatever. That's completely fine. So our GDP has started to flag a little bit. There are a couple of reasons for this. One, we've got an electricity input goods shortage, and we should definitely address that. So we need to get at least some electricity produced here. And that'll just go into, I guess, Santiago. There we go. The other reason is our market access, which that we're working on. Actually, that's their market access. We don't need this railway. There we go. Our market access here is fine. For now. I should have looked at this. We will need this railway. We don't need it now, but we will need it. Okay, so we've got the railways going. We've got the power plants going. The iron mines are cruising along. We're probably going to require additional power plants, and I am going to queue some up eventually. But for now, I think this is fine. Against the odds, huh? They've barely earned their success. Would graduated taxation be good for us? Actually, it would. People are kind of opposed to it. Well, let's go. We'll see if we get that passed. That might be a little while to get that one done. We have dipped negative in our bureaucracy. Which, that surprises me. Hypothetically, do our government administrations use electricity? Telephones and paper. It definitely surprises me that we're dipping negative in our bureaucracy. Okay. Is it because of Santiago and their market access? Very possibly. We do have a lot of government administrations here. So I think that that might get fixed once we get our railway in Santiago built in 10 weeks. So that should be quasi-fine. But our tax waste here is going to be a problem. So let's let this go for 10 weeks and see if that fixes it. Fingers crossed on that one. We know that we've got some low market access. That's unsurprising. And yeah, our GDP is contracting mostly because of the market access issue. And we're working on that. So that should be fine. Yep, we're definitely working on that, as expected. So that's causing our standard of living to drop slightly, but this should be okay the moment we get these railways online. So we'll get those going. We are short on telephones. Okay, so that input goods shortage of telephones is definitely something that we need to deal with. We're going to immediately get some electrics industries here. If I can see it. There we go. And that's going to go into, realistically, like Mendoza. There we go. We'll get that underway. In the meantime, we're still working away at a lot of this stuff back here, right? But there we go. So the railways are going to finish up in about 3 weeks here. That will help matters a lot. Telephones went back to expensive instead of being input goods shortaged. So that's okay. And those railways are finishing up now. Okay, so we're expecting 3 of these to get better. Yep, they're definitely improving. Is that improving our bureaucracy, is the question. I'm expecting it to. But it doesn't appear to be. Okay. If that's not improving it, then we definitely need additional government administrations. And where do we want this? Buenos Aires. We'll build 5 there. That's a little overkill, I think, but we'll do it. And those build pretty quickly, so that should be fine. Now, we are negative in our finances right now. We are out of our investment pool. That's okay. Investment pool is empty. We have a lot built up in our gold reserves, so we're not going to get into debt anytime soon. And if graduated taxation passes, then that'll fix the problem on its own. I'm not really expecting it to pass right away here. This railway in Jujuy will finish up soon, and it looks like Los Rios and even Santiago need an additional railway. We'll check in on those real quick before we actually commit any resources to that. Yeah, this one is maxed out, and This one is maxed out as well. Okay, so those definitely need to be expanded. Got it. And up here, we may need to get another one there too. We'll see. So we are now done with our iron mines, and we're almost done with our lead mines. Our sulfur mines will be finishing up quite quickly. Actually, we have a lot of pages of sulfur mines. And then there's the logging camps and fishing wharves. We have 109 weeks left in this, or roughly 2 years, which is basically the amount of time left in the game. So there's that. Yeah, there's definitely that. How much are our taxes wasted right now? 24.6K? That's like half of our deficit. Okay, sounds good to me. So these government administrations are going to be done in 5 weeks. Hey, graduated taxation actually passed. Wild. I did not expect that to happen. Okay, cool. So that means that we're positive financially right now, even with paying 500K in construction goods. That's insane. That's a whole lot. These government administrations are going to finish up. And are we still running the electricity input goods shortage? No, we are not. So that's looking good. This is not turning around our bureaucracy, so we definitely need those government administrations. No doubt about that. And market access continues to be a concern, in Jujuy in particular. Although I think we just finished this up. It's maxed out, so we definitely do need it. Okay, so Jujuy, Santiago, Los Rios. Looks good. So our raw goods production is at a point of theoretical insanity. It's not actually insane. But it's at a point of theoretical insanity, for sure. Compression ignition has just finished up. So that's going to use a lot of oil, and we probably don't end up actually using that, is the thing. We already have oil being expensive, but we can run oil turbine. There we go. And if we feel like it, we could go a little past 1936 just to get this construction spree built up. That would be potentially okay. We'll probably just go, like, to the normal end of next episode and just go past the end date a little bit, just so that we don't have a shorter episode. It may end up being a little shorter otherwise. We'll see how that timing works out. So these electrics industries are going to be done in 2 weeks here. We've got 95 weeks left on our constructions here. That's looking great. Cool. Mass propaganda has been unlocked. We don't really care too much about that. France wants an alliance. Get out of here, France. Nobody likes you. Like, seriously, look at this chart. Nobody likes France. I don't know what they're thinking. Cool. So standard of living, our standard of living has dropped slightly. And that's mostly due to market access issues. But with the speed at which we're expanding some of these areas, that's unsurprising, right? So Los Rios has this railway about to finish. Any moment now. There we go. Cool. So we've got these vacancies. Those will get filled up, in theory. And the market access here will start to come back up. Why, France? You keep asking. I keep saying no. Get out of here. Okay, so in Los Rios, is that finally enough infrastructure? They're now full there. So we want to take a quick look at their infrastructure. They actually need a little more. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just put in a decree for it. So we're going to do a road maintenance. There. That should fix it. Excellent. So now it's just in Jujuy. And that's not a big deal. I think it'll be fine. 7 weeks on that. Hello, pause menu. 83 weeks left in our construction queue. Excellent. So we're building a lot of sulfur mines simultaneously. And then after the sulfur mines, we've got the logging camps. And then the fishing wharves. And that's it. So that's what we've got left to build as far as raw resources go. We're keeping an eye on our other issues here. Mendoza is now requiring a railway. We'll definitely get that built. But with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to finish this giga building project. But this is all raw resources. And like I said, the GDP might stagnate a bit here. That was fairly expected. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisol, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.